This is Chapter 3, Part 6, Adding a Constructor to a Class. Now to initially get started with this, we need to open up event site.java. So let's go find it and get it opened up. Now we need to go in and simply just add a constructor to the event site class that we created in a previous section, part 4 exactly. Now what we want to do is right underneath where we declared our variable private int site number, we want to just create a blank space there so that we can create our constructor. Now, remember the constructor name has the same name as the class. It works very much like a method, but it is named the same as the class. All we're going to do here is to create another occurrence of site number, and we are going to assign the value of 999. And that's all we need to do to event site. So we are going to save and compile. The program does compile correctly, so we are good to go. We do need to make sure that it does compile because we don't want any errors when we get ready to use our test constructor class to make sure that the event site does work properly. Next, we need to go in and create a new class. Now, this particular class is going to be named Test Constructor. Now, Test Constructor is going to do nothing but test event site. So we have to create a constructor with the main method because event site doesn't have a main method. And it will also have to have an object that links us over to event site, and we will just use basically the same coding we used in part 5. We are going to create a new object linking us to event site. We're going to name it OneSite. And in the test constructor class, we are going to just simply add a line of output that asks your code to display the site number, and it will get the site number from event site. Okay, so in order to do this, again, I'm just going to create a class. It will be named Test Constructor. It will contain a main method. And all our main method is going to do is to create a link between test constructor and event site by using an object whose name is OneSite. And it is creating a new object with no arguments. And we are going to offer a little bit of output here. Make sure that you do go in and include proper spacing. And we are going to make a trip over to event site. We're going to get site number and return. In this particular class, we don't have to set the site number like we did in the part 5 section of the You Do It, because we have included over in event site the constructor that sets the value to site number of 999. So we don't have to have the set method in test constructor because it's already set. But we do have to have a get method or get statement so that we can link to the get method over an event site so we can bring that number back to us. So let's go in and save and compile. Oops, left off semicolon there. Let me add that semicolon and recompile. There I go. I've got a good clean compile. Now I'm going to run the program, and you will notice down here that the site number is equal to 999. 9. All right, again, I didn't have to have a set method because I used the constructor that I created in event site and set the number to 999 for site number. So all I have to do here at this particular point is have a get, so I can return back the site number because I've already set the site number using the constructor. That is the conclusion to part 6. And this concludes all of the You Do It sections for chapter 3.